Now, I've heard a lot of stories about people who just throw African violet leaves out in their garden and they end up having plants growing from it. So I've decided that every time that I have a whole lot of old leaves that aren't very good for propagating for babies, I'm just going to throw them out in the same area in my garden. Now, the area that I'm putting them in is here, and it has mottled light coming through, not direct light. It's got quite a decent canopy. I'll show you again, growing over the top of it. And I'm just going to dump them in here. And I just want to see if the stories of people just throwing out leaves are actually true. So, and if I will get plants coming up from it. So I'm just going to sprinkle them out all over the area. I'm not going to take a lot of time or care in it. Just throw them out. And if something comes of it, something comes of it. It will be really, really interesting. Where I live, we don't get a huge amount of rainfall. Well, that's not true. We kind of, at times, get massive amounts of rainfall and flooding. And then it can be dry for the next 3 or 4 months. So it's interesting weather. But there they are. They're all thrown over this area. My only worry is I do live on acreage and we do get a lot of wildlife, wallabies, possums, bush turkeys, birds, brush-tailed phascogales. We get all different sorts of animals coming in. So some of them will probably get eaten. But I just want to see if a few of them do actually grow and if they do take. And if it is possible for African violets to just grow outside in Brisbane, Australia, in this climate, or not. So it'll be an interesting experiment. So I will keep you updated every few weeks to see if there's anything happening. And I hope so. I also have another area down the front of my property, which is a rainforest area. And I thought I'll try, this area here is sort of halfway up a hill. It's dry sclerophyll forest. So if you can see out, we get a lot of wattle trees, gum trees, eucalyptus, ironbarks, all different sorts. So it's a very, we don't have a lot of topsoil on this hill here. So it'll be interesting to see if they do grow up here. But I thought I'll also do an experiment down the front of my property in a rainforest area, which does have a creek bed that goes through it. I think there's no water in it at the moment. There may be a tiny, tiny bit of water. And I also have a dam on my property, and I wanted to plant them around the edges of the dam as well, and just see if I can actually get African violets to grow in the wild. And without having to water them, lead them to be self-sustaining. And it's just an interesting experiment. So I will keep you updated, and fingers crossed something will happen. Thank you for watching.